Vet clinics in Singapore say they have had to increase their fees by up to 20% over the last 2 years. They attribute this to the rising cost of medical supplies as well as manpower.
They say a severe shortage of vets globally has made it hard for them to hire and retain talent, even when they offer higher salaries. They're calling for more support for the sector as pet ownership continues to grow. Claudia Lim has more details.
Ryan Ong is taking his love for animals to the next level. He's one of the few veterinary students under a combined program between the National University of Singapore and the University of Melbourne. Before heading back down under for his next semester, he's doing a placement with a clinic near his home in Singapore.
I wanted to experience what it's like working in a general practice and also an emergency clinic. Furthermore, I wanted to experience what it's like working in a vet clinic with an increased caseload.
Like many others, he's considering working overseas, where he'll be able to specialize in areas not often offered in Singapore. Clinics say this is part of the reason they are having trouble finding new talent.
I would say that applicant rates have definitely gone down, and I say this as across the board, not just within Singapore, but actually what I've heard from practice managers overseas as well. It's a global issue. Some clinics have not had applicants at all 2 or 3 years.
To make things worse, some vets are quitting the scene entirely, citing the mental toll. Since the pandemic, pet ownership has risen by about 30%. This has led to some citing stressful workloads and often bad treatment by pet owners. To attract and retain talent, clinics say they've had to raise salaries. This cost gets passed down to customers. Dr. Kathy says her clinic has had to increase fees by some 20% over the last few years.
The general feel is that it's costly and all the money goes to the practice owner. I would say that that's basically fake news. I mean, the cost is really significant with running a clinic. Without any subsidies, overheads are one thing, the medical cost is really high.
And also on the Council of the Singapore Veterinary Association, she hopes more can be done to alleviate these industry-wide issues.
Our manpower requirements for hiring foreign talent is actually really strict and quite harsh for the type of work we do, because we don't really have the same pool here to make up the numbers. If we did, we would definitely always hire local, but the problem is that there is a lack. It's a big problem that we have all been lobbying for.
To attract new blood, Dr. Kathy says her clinic is working towards offering better work-life balance and mentorship opportunities.